Radiant team ban.
For sure. Like, the Chen even more so, I feel.
Okay.
I think that if they let
You're
them
saying they have the same bands?
Yeah.
Same bands?
Yeah.
Same bands?
Shiva, are you setting
bands?
yourself up again for this?
Let's see what we have!
Oh, this
Come on.
is
She already saw the band. She already knew the bands.
Oh.
Ursa band!
At least 3 out of 4.
Alright, get out of here. That doesn't count.
Oh my
Hey, I
god.
did not know this. I do not see a game in front of me.
Did Liquid pick
Oh,
Dire?
yeah, they definitely
Yeah,
did.
Liquid
You
picked
heard
Dire.
the game
That's
sound.
why.
Alright, I called that one. Kinda.
Liquid picked Dire.
Okay.
There was a new flip for the third game, by the way. Secret won the flip.
So will they flip
Poppy
for
chose
5th game as
first
well then?
pick.
Oh, he chose first pick.
So Poppy chose first pick rather than Dire.
First round
So
Ursa
he
fan.
flipped it around.
Yeah, Liquid Ursa on Dire? I wouldn't want to play against that.
Nature's Prophet or Enigma is gonna be let through.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's actually.
But bounty hunters then they can let Enigma through. Pick
I think they
DH.
let Enigma over NP, right?
I would let NP over Enigma personally.
Oh, you really don't like NP though. Every time we.
For secret, yeah. But it depends on which team. I don't think you give it to Liquid. I think you're okay with giving it to secret.
Radiant team pick.
Over the
I think
Enigma.
NP just does way too much.
Yeah, me too. I think MP just is like.
Watch him not even pick it. Watch him pick like
First pick type, let's go.
Ench or something.
I think it depends on the team.
Oh, okay, there's...
Hey!
Hey, Nature's Prophet.
What a surprise!
He speaks for the trees, Winter.
He does.
He does.
So what has Liquid's approach generally been when they've given away profit? Because they've done that before.
Spirit Breaker.
That has not been their general response. Thank you for your
They
contribution.
did it once.
Merlin.
They did it once.
That's
Yeah.
not a general response.
Oh.
Oh, this is really good actually.
Radiant team pick.
OD safe lane against the Treants.
Oh,
You
wait
think
for
that's the plan?
Well, you could do that, or you could also
More
just put
likely
him in and
spin.
have like some roaming Mirana or something like that. Because here's the thing, right? If they could go in a second phase, they could ban Ench, and then all the like creep heroes besides
I
Mirana
go
are gone
Ench now.
as
What,
secret.
what you gonna do?
Huh? That's true.
All out early game because you have Wiz. Your lanes are pretty weak. I have Ench and Prophet. I
Ench
exploit.
is super good.
I exploit your
10
lanes right
seconds
now.
remaining.
Right here.
When you see this kind of opening, ask yourself, what would MVP
5
Phoenix
seconds
do?
remaining.
They win in less than 20 minutes.
I like that analogy. I like that.
It will be
Alright.
invoked.
Okay, this is the
MVP
same.
might actually have done that too. They like the Invoker as well.
Oh, this is what Liquid will do all the time.
Yeah, Liquid would do
Furion Invoker, Furion Invoker.
Maybe the
Furion
nameplates are on wrong.
I think so. Probably.
Sounds likely. Yeah. Do you think this is Quaswex? Do you think that's the idea right now? Or is it XOR as well?
Wicked Pie.
I think it's too early to tell. I think you
Five
actually.
seconds remaining.
Lion for me.
I'm grumpy now.
Reserve time.
That's a
Should have
stressful
picked
time.
Lion.
He has PTSD with freaking Lycan of last game.
Well, if you think about it, there's Lion and Enchantress still in the pool. Are they both gonna get banned out? You think?
I think they might ban out Ench, but I'm
Ench
not
for
sure.
sure,
I'm
for
not sure about Lion. I'm really not sure about Lion. Ench has a higher chance of getting banned. Because right now, if you're Liquid, you know your lanes are a little bit weak. You have a greedy support. You don't want to get exploited. That's your number one priority. You don't want to lose your lanes badly.
Dude, I'm still on board with Bounty Hunter.
Dire team ban.
For Secret?
For secret.
Oh, hello, Drow Ranger. Or rather,
good
by Drow Ranger.
Radiant team ban.
So you think that Bounty Hunter will work better even if you have the choice of choosing the Enchantress?
Yeah. I think it's more stable.
The last time Secret picked Drow Ranger, it was done
10
against
seconds
illusions
remaining.
mostly. Does this give anything away about the combination that Team Liquid wants with that IO? A CK, for example.
That was the
I think
game.
he's getting pushed.
That was the game that they got Aghanims, right?
Yeah, that was versus Terrible.
Yeah.
Aghanims Maelstrom. That build is the shit on Drow though. That's so good.
Dire team ban.
I would like Gyro for Liquid. If they're not gonna... Oh yeah, if they're gonna put OD mid, Gyro is nice.
Okay, they're gonna pick Void now. Let's think about what Mind Control is gonna play, because that's. I think he's the hero on the player
Yeah,
on the team
the
that's played
off lane.
least different heroes.
The off lane.
Profits taken.
I like Bat Rider. I like
10
Bat Rider with
seconds
the
remaining.
relocation.
So they...
Doesn't he play it?
Has Mind played Bat? I don't know.
Oh!
Oh, can we have a camera shot of Pi again now? No. He just leaves the booth.
Oh my god.
Rage quit.
There goes the Enchantress. Sad.
Ouch.
So you're suggesting Bounty Hunter Benwu
That's my thought.
to
How
replace.
about you guys? There's no
Bounty
other
Hunter for
aggressive
secret?
roamers.
Hey, Pyline Dice
Oh,
Bounty
yeah,
Hunter is
yeah.
damn
Mate,
scary. Oh,
his face will literally change when he sees the Bounty Hunter. Oh yeah.
I get to snipe couriers.
5 seconds
in the back
remaining.
you see Vlad checking his phone.
Oh yeah, you can actually see that. Oh my
Reserve
god.
time.
We're waiting for Team Secret to pick something here. And Pilot Dice snipes a lot of couriers.
Most of the team fight control heroes have been offliners, right? So
Yes.
what does Secret actually go for now if they're not gonna... Like, they can't really pick Tide. They can't go for DS either.
For
Or
Secret?
they could. Yeah,
Is
Secret...
it Misery gonna play Nature Prophet?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like they don't have the offline
Oh, they
position
need
that's
something
gonna
else
be
to
controlling the
control it.
fight because they can't pick Void, they can't pick Tide, they can't pick Darkseer.
they need other heroes, like, or maybe they're not gonna look to fight. They want to like split the map, but it's against relocate. That might not be the best thing too. The jungle
Dire team
strategy. Like I suggested this the last game. Like they need to continue having a hero that jungles. It fits their playstyle.
Yeah. Puppy Doom second time in 2 years.
Second time in 2 years.
Yeah, because he played it once in 2 years yesterday or whatever, right? Because he hadn't
Yes.
played it since 2014.
Yes. Correct.
And now it's the second time in 2 years.
Yes.
If he plays it.
So he doesn't play the hero at all.
Well, I mean, they won that
We
game.
won with it
so-
yesterday.
I mean, you hit W and you put Doom on somebody. Job done.
That's what you would think.
Or actually, you Doom somebody then.
I don't hit W, I hit T button. I'm a legacy player.
Oh, wow. So high skill. That's why you're on the panel with her. Legacy keys.
Seconds remaining.
So the Tide,
Let's go safe lane versus Tide.
good
Ursa's
safe
gone.
lane versus Tide.
OD's already taken.
Raise.
Are they just gonna pick Slark again?
That Slug is pretty good. Like if they look to just split the map, great. Oh, good for the IO.
Yeah.
That's some good shit right there.
That
Forgot
is
about the clink.
that is some good shit. Cinder.
Kills Io very easily, is off the map.
Good versus Tide.
Good versus Tide overall.
But
Good,
is it
good for finishing off heroes that get doomed too. Like if Puppy gets a
10
doom on a
seconds
key
remaining.
target, he knows that Clinks will.
is it good for Envy though?
I think so.
Yes.
Radiant team.
Better than the Ursa?
Yes.
I definitely think so. Yes.
Team Secret actually do lack control though.
Yeah.
All they have is Doom and like Cold Snap.
But they can solve it if the Invoker's
10
crossback.
seconds remaining.
That's true.
Like that's the beauty of having the Invoker. You can
5
always like
seconds
change it up so it solves the weakness of your entire lineup.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And
Like
it's
Cross
good,
White's more?
it's good versus a Tide.
Dire
Yeah,
team pick.
possibly.
Tiny.
So it's gonna be a safe lane OD, mid tiny with Io.
Radiant team pick.
Well, how times have changed when
Oh,
you get a
it's
fifth pick
5-0.
tiny
Yeah.
together with the first pick Io.
I'm
But-
thinking if it's Io tiny mid, if you're Exalt Invoker, you would probably have a hard time. Like maybe you would
Yeah.
consider going Quasvex. I don't know. I'm not sure, but
I
I'm
think Cross West because they have no other control. They're like no AoE. Very few stuns.
What's Pi
Pretty much
gonna
no
play?
stuns.
I like
10
Disruptor
seconds
here,
remaining.
but
what's Pi? Disruptors. Yeah, pretty good. Relocate.
5 seconds
Silence the
remaining.
Tide.
Mm-hmm.
They have very little lockdown.
A lot of team fight control, but yeah.
Reserve time.
I mean, as long as they get someone that can like be useful in team fights, you have lockdown and you have some sort of catch. That would be nice for them.
Pi's not the Night Stalker player either, right?
Nah.
No.
I think it's Puppy. who plays
Puppy.
it, right? Yeah,
Where
there it
is
is.
it the disruptor?
The Dream.
Who's
The
gonna
dream.
take it,
Good
guys?
call.
Sin.
I like Liquid.
Secret.
Secret.
That was a high five.
Let's
for
go,
people
Ben.
that didn't
I'll
catch
go
that
with
one.
Liquid.
Yeah.
Okay, we
my
have a,
man.
we have a split panel once again. Let's hear what our commentators think. It is over to game number 3 between Secret and Liquid with Capitalist and Blitz.
Fitting that our panel is a split on this decision. It's currently the series is tied up 1-1 by co-caster Blitz. You're seeing the draft now, and the crowd is already going wild for TC. Why not? But what do you think about the draft?
I think it depends on the early game control.
Okay.
Really heavily. Because if the Clinks gets a lot out of this, it's going to be really hard for Liquid to kind of stop that momentum. And I feel like Clinks is one of Eternal Envy's like signature heroes. Remember, this is the hero that they won with Speed Gaming and MLG Columbus originally. I feel like this is one of the heroes that he rarely overextends with.
An interesting decision here. Secret going to start off with an early smoke from just 2 heroes in order to get some vision up, rather than the typical TP out. Puppy's going to get a mid ward, it looks like. Yeah, a very aggressive mid ward that's just outside of the vision of the tower.
I think they want to make sure that they don't get dewarded, and also this team is not going to use that many smokes, Kev. Right? You've got a Doom who eventually will use one once he hits his level 6 or if he wants to rotate with some sort of creep, but otherwise he should be kind of hard locked down to farm a little bit more, but
A lot more stationary, a lot more passive from the Secret lineup, at least in the first 15 minutes, right?
yeah. And this is something that a lot of teams go to as a fallback, the Tiny Wisp. See a lot of potential for this game, but again, Liquid have to get a lot out of the lanes because Secret have greedy heroes.
Liquid.
You may want your man to give you flowers on Valentine's Day, but you don't want him to smell like a rose.
Doesn't look like we should have anything. Mind Control's going to be starting off with an Iron Talon here, as the Tidehunter not wanting to spend too much time apparently in lane. Understandable against a Disruptor Clinks. That's a lot of harassment damage for a Tidehunter to be able to deal with. Our mid lane matchup of Kuro and Matu, the Tiny Wiz combination, should be matched up against the Invoker. Is he going to receive some extra help? It looks like it. Pylai Dai might actually sit in the mid lane from the beginning of the game, throw out some Thunder Strikes here and there.
Yeah, they want to just get some control, make sure that this Invoker doesn't get nothing out of the lane. You want to still make sure that he gets the earliest possible timing that he can out of it. And
What
he's
is
harassing a lot.
Matu doing? Is he going to go for a quick pull? The beginning of the game looks like it. So the plan, pull this hard camp, toss it over to the creeps, and if successful, can be a big win for momentum. There it is, the pull comes back. A successful pull on the Dire side mid lane, and Pylai Dai now struggling to be able to contend with this one, but he can't really do anything. In fact, Kuro is actually going to join forces with Matu finally.
Yeah, and you're going to give Wii the entire lane to begin with, but I think they're okay with that. Although that was a lot. Like, you essentially just traded a wave for a wave.
You can get a quick level 2 on Kuro. That'll certainly help out when it comes to the time being aggressive. Pylai Dai is going to be able to share in this neutrals.
Even gets the last hit.
We do have Jarix coming in from behind. Weeha is forced to join his support, but it's going to be a 3 versus 1 here. All they have to do is catch Pi, but Liquid are instead
like
turning for
go
Weeha. That's a more important kill. And Wee's got really no way out of this one. The Furion's actually going to TP in. Starts going for Kuro. Kuro is actually going to be the first one here as Pylai Dai comes back. They only need one more right click the bottle. Oh, a little bit more. They will be able to get that first blood. Weeha draws Liquid away, successfully escapes, while the rest of Secret claim that first blood.
This is like the weirdest start I think I've ever seen in a game. The Tiny tosses a creep into the lane, then what should have been a first blood for Liquid ends up being a counter kill for Team Secret.
If only that Wisp had been able to get over that cliff and join Matumba Man on the other side, maybe that fight could have been a lot different. Misery's actually going to... Oh my god, he actually gets it! Now he's going to be stunned up. He might be combo down as the toss goes back. They should be able to kill Pylai Dai here, but they're already putting pressure onto Kuro as Misery threatens him as fast as possible, but can't quite get the kill.
Oh, that was a huge mistake from Liquid. There's absolutely no reason that the courier should have been that low onto the ground, especially since the Disruptor was just waiting there. He didn't really have to even do anything. I's already picked up the boots for himself.
And as you can see, Puppy actually gets a lot of time in the off lane, boosting his experience while Misery goes back to jungle.
Yeah, this is the benefit of having the Clinks in the safe lane. He can solo zone out the Tide without much help, and you're seeing everybody from Secret being able to rotate around as a result.
Oh, the Hellbear Smasher. He's going to be able to get the pull off. Liquid in a very awkward position at the start of this game. Hope to be able to reclaim it with this awkward Tiny pull.
Yeah, I think the concept behind it was really cool. It's just they executed a little bit off. Pylai Dai is going to get chased out by the Tidehunter, but this shouldn't really lead to anything as everybody's a little bit too far away, and he does have boots ready too.
He knows how important it is to be able to keep tabs on this Tidehunter and make sure that he can't just freely jungle. Pi's movements have been superb, as they always are in the laning phase.
Yeah, they rely on him to do quite a bit, and this Invoker right now is still doing really well. Even with 2 of his waves being taken from him and having to run all the way around.
Oh, how awkward. Puppy's even going to come in and contest this. We'll get the smaller hill trolls. Fortunately, the Tidehunter was able to get the big one, but he is so stalled up. He finally gets his boots. And he may have to return back to lane because it looks like Secret are going to go for the push.
Everything going Secret's way so far in the early game. XP and net worth are in their favor, as Liquid cannot really contest right now. They expected to have a much stronger laning phase, especially with this cute ultimate that they did. They're gonna make a go for Wii.
They have the haste rune on Kuro. They might be able to run down Wii. They managed to get the toss on him. They have Misery here, but he doesn't have a Sprout instead. Oh, the body block might actually kill Matu, but still, they have the tether. Kuro, he's gonna be glimpsed back. He still has the haste rune for a few more seconds. Connect Field just walk him in though. Kuro tethers back out though, all the way over to Matamba Man. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Mind Control is being run down by Puppy as well as the Clink. Looks like Mind Control, he's gonna be going in deep for this kill. They might be able to get it too. Mind Control just needs a little bit more space, but he can't quite get it. Derek is here with a response now as Puppy runs out of that sports skirt. He should be dying as the right clicks will come in. Kuro's gonna help get part of the experience. And the small little Doomlings start threatening Jarex.
They are adorable. They're so scary. They both got a stun. He's just gonna farm out a little bit. And meanwhile, Eternal Envy now picks up the Soul Ring for himself, getting absolute free farm out of this lane like we expected.
Does at a certain point, once he gets to level 6, because he has the...
Mind Control's gonna get stunned and might even lose this creep, but no. Puppy's just messing with him. This is so weird. Puppy's alive and he still has the 2 Doom creeps.
The Micro King controlling essentially 2 heroes at once. What about Eternal Envy? Once he picks up his level 6, he can concede this bottom lane to say like the Doom if he wants, right?
Yeah, they have a lot of different ways to work this around. I think Secret's draft, especially for this game, is quite clever. They've locked up a lot of their weaknesses, not a lot of advantages that Liquid can get out of the laning phase despite having this IO tiny mid.
Look at these Doom shards come in. Jarex takes so much damage from them.
You should just kill them now.
Yeah.
They're not that tanky.
They finally died, but they were disruptive as all hell.
Eternal Envy's gonna eat this creep. Looks like he's gonna go for the rotation for this bottom rune. He knows that this line's gonna be down here too, and if he gets a good rune, maybe he can do this.
The arcane rune isn't quite what he wanted. Jarex is gonna be able to get the hex off, has to TP away, and should barely be good. But yeah, Weeha's incredibly low, but they managed to get the kill on the Tiny first thanks to the rotation of the 2 heroes up in the top rune area. As Secret are putting a lot of prioritization to making sure the 4 and 6 minute rune are taken.
Yeah, and they've got a lot of map control going too, as this bottom tower is going to fall to Eternal Envy and Misery. Misery's done quite a lot this game in the way of rotations.
Now, one hero that we haven't talked about this whole entire time, the player Fada, is on the OD, and he's getting total free farm as well to match Eternal Envy's.
He's going to get stunned up as the Doom just doesn't want him to hit him whatsoever. This mid lane, locking him down. Probably the biggest thing right now for Team Secret is that their Invoker's doing really well. He's already got a wand, treads, and the gloves of haste. More than enough to survive this lane. Has even more CS than Tiny does.
Yeah, Tiny just now hitting 27 CS. Not the position they really hoped to be with this cute little pull that they were doing earlier on. Looks like they might try and fight this one. Highlight Die has the level 2 clip. Will be able to get Curl. They have to tether out, but it looks like it's just not going to be fast enough. He has to roll through the meatball, which ends in his demise. Now Matamba Man takes a little bit of extra damage off the top as Misery pushes him out.
The numbers game every single time for Secret is he's going to toss the creep forward on a Pylai Die, but not a finishing move whatsoever. And the Tiny Wisp combination has been largely shut out. And even this bottom lane, this Clinks is getting so much in the way of levels and farm. Even going to go for the Medallion soon. And the Outworld Devourer, getting what you expect out of this, but laning-wise, you definitely give the win to Secret so far.
Tidehunter is level 5.5 and still doesn't feel comfortable going to this bottom lane, even if it is pushing out. He's going to go right back to picking up his arcane boots and farming the neutrals. Liquid are just playing it safe right now, even if they are losing their laning phase. They don't want to give up extra kills.
Yeah, this Doom pick is working out really well for Secret as well. Because Pylai Die's been able to do so much with the help of Misery, he's been able to just greed things up. Not even really a support right now, as he already has a Bracer and Tranquil Boots.
So Tiny and Wisp are currently clearing through some hard camp stacks. Misery, oh, he's almost got the courier, but it speeds away. They hope to be able to get the turnaround. The Avalanche is just a bit too late, though. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, Mind Control drops out the Ravage. They have the TPs in. Maybe they can get Eternal Envy here. Jarex able to offer the control. They have a Cattle Ward down as well. Fada joins forces. He needs to be able to drop the orb. They done. No! It's not enough! Mid lane, Weehaw gets off the...
Oh, he's going to Soul Ring TP. They know where he is, and it doesn't even matter as Eternal Envy laughs in their face. Both large cooldown ultimates dropped.
I can't believe he got away from that one. That was a good read by Liquid to pop the Ravage and force those TPs out to the bottom lane, but it just wasn't quite enough.
First Ravage of the game is so crucial for Tidehunters, Cap. Especially with the way that the game has gone. And at top, Jarex is going to get doomed. Did not expect Puppey to be level 6.
Sunstrike comes in, it's not actually going to land, but they still have enough damage to kill Jarex easily.
They're going to make their way up top, but they don't have any gap closing. And again, Secret, they're just going to get away with this. The top tower looks like it's going to go down too. It's already dropping to 400 HP. Misery's going to back himself away.
With the Tidehunter and the Tiny shut down so heavily, those gap closers aren't going to come online for quite some time. As you're talking about, wow, a double damage for Eternal Envy, and he's going to try and solo Roshan. Misery joins him, gives him some meat shields via the Treants, and Mind Control. He gets the Invis rune, but is he actually going to go in there? The counter ward is laid out. They're going to turn on the Mind Control, but he's spotted out the Roshan attempt. He is going to be controlled up by the Scout. Oh, and Rehab finish him off, but can they actually get here in time to be able to stop this Roshan?
They really need to. This is not one you want to give away, especially to a Klinx who's already done so much damage.
But at the same time, if they force a fight here and Secret win it, Secret will still take the Roshan and all that extra
got the
experience
Disruptor level 6 too.
Fada's getting kited around. He's being cold snapped up. Eternal Envy gets a couple more pot shots off, but Kuroki is sitting in the back, healing him up.
They should be able to spot this ward too, as Liquid now make their move into the Roshan pit, but they don't have the Ravage up from Mind Control quite yet.
They don't have the heroes to easily be able to tank up Roshan for free either.
Eternal Envy's going to walk in again. He's getting really low on mana though.
Yeah. He's got one more soul ring to use in 2 seconds, but that's probably going to be used for a death pact. So that pretty much kills the attempt at Roshan by Secret. Mind Control may have died, but it feels like a worthy death to prevent that Roshan from being taken.
I almost feel like if he didn't eat the wrong tree, he would have been able to get out of there.
Yeah.
They weren't committing for him too hard, but...
Net worth looking very favorable for Secret right now. Top 2 on the board, Klinx and our Invoker.
It's the other 2 heroes as well. Like the Doom is doing so well, the Disruptor's picked up all the levels that he needs.
Yeah, they're both ahead of the Tidehunter. Our Tide is going to be going for a mech build here, not terribly surprising.
No. I guess the good news for Liquid is that their Tide is out-leveling the Nature's Prophet, but even then.
Jarex, he's smoked over here. He's by himself. They will be able to get the relocate though. They should be able to finish off Misery quite easily. The combination makes the scoreboard now 6-3.
Yeah, they're going to flatten him. And the Summer Man does have the drums, but again, it's just that Secret, they put pressure in other ways. This Invoker continues to get farmed. Now he's got the Midas completed. The Klinx is in a similar position. At some point, Liquid have to deal with these heroes. And Secret are just going to continue to split them and make it really difficult for them to get anything. They're going to have to blow the relocate just to pick up a under-leveled Nature's Prophet.
Eternal Envy's specialty as Klinx is usually to put pressure on the enemy jungle by sitting in there and death pacting and making rotations back and forth. He may do that now as he pushes out the top lane. We'll see where he goes from here.
Klinx, one of the best heroes in the game against the Wisp. Wisp has absolutely nothing in terms of armor, just 1, barely any HP. Because of the way that the game started too, Crow's got no farm to back himself up. Ghost Scepter is far from ready as Secret look like they've set the tree into there, want to make sure that Liquid don't try to sneak the Roshan of their own.
Rod of Atos is coming in for the OD and another 800 gold. That'll definitely be a big ticket item. Will help change the flow of this game, but it's definitely all Secret right now.
Yeah. Fodder right now still has an okay item progression, but it's just that everybody else is able to farm so much.
They have another relocate coming up in 2 seconds. They drop the counterboard, but Eternal Envy sneaks right past it. That would have been such a big pickup for Liquid at the time, but...
Yeah, Jarex is just waiting at the entrance of the jungle. 3 heroes set up in mid right now, as everybody just continues to farm for Secret. And Liquid, they're going to feel pressured just because nothing's happening on the map, and Secret have the better late game.
Maybe Puppey is going to tank the relocate instead. He's got so much HP though. 1200, plus he's got backup. I think Secret knows what's going to be happening here. He gets off the score third. There's going to be some built in, especially with Eternal Envy here. They're going to throw out the combination. They do successfully kill, but Static Storm is going to be able to control on the top of it. He has nothing left, but Eternal Envy's exposed. He's been hexed up and will be taken out by Fada. Next up, Highlight Die, but he's going to join Force and Misery. The relocate back, actually saves Curl, but having his close back. The Curl's still alive. Misery's fighting up against Fada, but he can't quite get that kill either. The Sunstrike misses. And Team Secret, I don't know if they had that planned out, but all the plans in the world doesn't stop Liquid from taking that fight. Liquid were hoping that somebody walks through there, and that was the fight of their dreams. They managed to get multiple heroes. Nobody from Team Secret was quite set up. That was so risky from Team Liquid. They devoted so much time and effort just to make sure that Envy, they were playing off the fact that he often goes into the jungle, like he says. They read that movement. If Envy doesn't make that move, he farms out his own jungle, and Secret just continue to play the farm game. Liquid wastes a lot of time and resources. But now Liquid, once they have their big ultimates off cooldown, have all their team fight items ready to go. The Rod of Atos is here. You've got the mech on the Tidehunter. And our Tiny is actually getting really tanky. He's 1800 HP with a point booster. He can actually get an Ogre Club if he wants to increase that even further. Yeah, the 1500 XP lead that Secret delicately built up immediately goes Liquid's way, and the net worth advantage is still there on the back of Weeha's Midas and just the superior laning phase, but Liquid are steadily catching up. They're gonna look for mid. Matumba Man's the target. They're gonna try and glimpse him back. Kuro, he's gonna go for the relocate save, but it's not in time. And now Kuro, he may be sacrificed as well, as Secret are just gonna surround this tier 1 tower. He needs to be able to get a tether target. My Control's making his way over for that one. The tether out. Oh, the cold snap's making it too hard for him to be able to get away. The mech comes through, but it's still not enough. The damage from Eternal Envy just pops the Squishy Wisp, and Secret will rotate from that, taking a tier 1 tower objective straight into the Roshan pit. Secret have just won back everything they lost earlier if they can take Roshan. But at the time, Fada is being scattered out deep inside the Roshan jungle by Eternal Envy. This is not the place to be, Fada. He's going to need to save himself somehow with his OD. Nobody's nearby enough. He can run in with a Ravage, but he knows he's backed out immediately. He's like, nope, that is not the play. There's no way they can save Fada. He's just in a bad position. And Secret, well, they're not actually going to be able to take Roshan, but a kill on Fada is definitely worth it. Even the threat of Roshan made Fada go all the way around in the jungle, and he thought he was clear, but Eternal Envy was nearby enough. They go for the TP on him. Quick kill, maybe even better than the Rosh, as they're getting map control again. The rotations, we've got Matumba Man and Jarex making their way to the Roshan pit. Want to be able to clear through it, but Secret, I mean, look at their positioning right now. They've got 5 heroes very well spread. Pretty much all of them are farming except for Pylon 9 in the mid lane, who's just making sure Puppy, if he's gone on, will have some sort of recourse. Yeah, this is how you deal with the Tidehunter. Try to force these mini engagements, make it difficult for him to ever group up with the rest of his team. They've been incredibly successful in it so far. Eternal Envy even picking up the Deso for himself. The Nature's Prophet, getting a Midas. Team Secret are building for the late game. And now with this, the increase in damage from Eternal Envy, they could actually pop the Tidehunter if they get a good Glimpse Static Storm combination. They may never have to worry about a Ravage in a team fight if they set it up correctly. Oh, Envy's thinking about it. Kind of worried that this might be a trap, but I mean, he probably 3 shots Kuro. Yeah. Maybe not even 4, you're right. With the medallion, it's only got 2 armor. Everybody making their way over. They're making their way over. 1, 2, 3, it is going to be enough. But Matumba Man's now on his way up, and he's going to be glimpsed back. They have the Static Storm plus the control from Cold Snap. Holy cow, that minus armor from Force Spears plus Desolator makes short work of both the Tiny and the Wisp. Everybody from Liquid heading down to this bottom lane. This is not the position that they want to be in. With these Invis heroes, Secret just continue to get ahead. The Nature's Prophet plus Klink's combination is proving to be really formidable when it comes to map control. Weeha just continues to farm during all the space that is being created right now for them. And the Disruptor makes it so that Liquid are almost always caught out. A Tidehunter never wants to fight into that. It's always 4v5. All right, looks like Liquid is ready to go. Secret still taking some time with that pause. They have so many items flowing in. The Yule Scepter is ready to go on the Invoker. just another 20 gold. How does Team Secret control this lead now? What's their next step?
Just play like you have been. Play in the dire jungle as much as you can. Apply pressure by allowing Weehaw to farm and come to these mini engagements.
And don't try and take full 5-man engagements.
Yeah, exactly. You never want to give Tidehunter plus OD a chance.
Which is why they're letting the tier 1 tower at the bottom lane fall. They get a better trade out of it for the tier 2 top lane anyway.
And Liquid was built to win the early game, but they haven't been able to do so. The Wiz-Tiny combination just didn't do enough to slow down Weehaw. They're going to pick up double Blink Daggers, heavy early game commitment. Secret have gone the other way with their items as late game is so strong for them right now. Like this Doom, net worth-wise, already eclipses both the Liquid supports.
Matumba Man actually drops his Blink Dagger inside the base just to be able to hide the fact he's picked it up while he farms up his top lane. They're gonna keep this push going in the mid lane as Eternal Envy chips down that tier 2 tower.
He takes this so quickly and they slow him down with the Atos, but he still makes his way through. Matumba Man's got the Blink Dagger, hasn't been revealed yet, but this is not the big item on Tiny that scares everybody else. I think Secret might be a little bit surprised by it, but it shouldn't even matter very much.
Liquid with these Blink Daggers are looking to wrestle control back to their favor at this 20-minute marker. Looks like perhaps, I don't know, I'm not sure if they're a team that can never think about doing Roshan themselves. They're a bit slow at it.
Yeah, the Disruptor ultimate is really good at stopping them, and this Observer Ward from Secret has stayed the test of time. They have not been able to de-ward it, even with the sentry there. Finally, they're going to spot it out, but or maybe not.
This could be our deciding fight here. Who's going to maintain control of the mid game? Can Liquid get it back? Team Secret have just smoked up and are sitting behind the push at mid, with Weehaw leading the charge. They don't actually go inside their own jungle. I thought they were going to rotate across as a 4-man crew, but that's not the case at all. They're waiting Liquid to come to them, knowing that somebody has to defend this tier 3 tower, especially with Eternal Envy smacking it with a Desolator and Alacrity.
Yeah, they can't just ignore this hero. The high ground potential isn't quite there from Secret, but they're just feigning it to get more map control. Puppy can just devour whatever he sees at any angle, continue to get ahead of both the supports, even catching up to the Tidehunter.
Puppy. He will goes the right route here. As Matumba Man could have ran into him. They really need a pick off at this point in time, as Matumba Man is stalling out net worth. Yeah. Looks like they might go for the double blink here, combination onto Puppy. They do have the final ultimate, but it goes off, and it still happens up in for the Doom. Liquid, that was not as planned at all.
They were hoping to burn the mana, but they gotta go for the Roshan now.
Yeah.
I think they've just wasted too many opportunities.
All right, Liquid try and recover this one. Hoping to be able to get the fast ages. It looks like they may be successful. They're a bit slow, but Team Secret just aren't in position to contest.
Yeah, they've also used the Disruptor ulti, which is their biggest spell around the Roshan pit.
The Sunstrike reveals it's down to 3k HP. Secret start making their way over, but it could be too late. The Aegis is dropped. It's going to be picked up by Spada. And Team Secret do indeed choose not to take that fight. Instead, they just continue to farm as efficiently as they can and try and push this game late.
Spada just continuing to farm out too. He's got 1,500 gold now, and I mean, both of Liquid's heroes are kind of close, but it's just everybody else is lagging so far behind for them.
Man, completed Maelstrom now for Misery with the Midas drums and phase boots. He is a huge threat in right-click damage, and this Wisp has no items whatsoever to deal with it. He still needs another 300, or 200 rather, for the Ghost Scepter.
No, just this passive game style, Secret are so happy with right now because of the double Midas setup and the fact that the Clinks can farm wherever he wants. Liquid don't have enough map control to afford a gem or anything like that either. And Secret, they're abusing it right now. They're saying, okay, if you're going to keep this even tempo, you're never going to use the relocate, we'll just continue to farm. The double Midas will keep getting us further ahead. We see that reflected in the difference in team net worth is it's already climbed up above 10k, and it's not even like Secret have won a huge fight recently. It's just through the back of farming.
Nature's Prophet is definitely a primary reason for that, as Secret at times are able to hold 3 or 4 men and still know that they've got at least an even numbers game. But Liquid have yet to force it. Part of the reason why they do have their Aghanims coming in. And they're actually going to go for this 3-man smoke. Liquid, an incursion into the Radiant jungle to see if they can set up a relocate fight. All they're going to run into is Pylai Die, who managed to get off the Static Storm plus the glimpse back. He's actually going to be able to escape for this one for the time being. They don't have the Rod of Atos up for another 2 seconds. The Sunstrike almost catching Jarex on the side there.
They can't even get a disruptor with 3 heroes.
Secret are just dancing around Liquid and their movements.
Yeah, this is... Secret are just like delay. All we have to do is chill right now. Liquid are going to get antsy. They've got the Aegis available, but it doesn't even matter because Secret just continue to farm. Eternal Envy already has a full BKB. Nothing to pierce it from Liquid. They're going to have to get the jump on him immediately if they want to do anything about this.
Try and catch him out without Death Pact and before the BKB is used. That's going to be a pretty tough ask. It's pretty much on the Tiny at this point in time. Mind Control still does not have his Blink Dagger, only sitting at 1300 net worth.
They're not going to be able to save either of their supports with this BKB pickup from Eternal Envy. Secret are just going to get the numbers advantage too quickly in the fights. The Doom will take 1 hero out, the Clinks will take the other 2 out.
Oh, Fada is so desperate to try and force this fight. He's going to start charging forward. They have the relocate coming in. They're going to try and blow him up before the Doom gets laid out, but it's already put on the coral. They get the glimpse back, and oh my god, the Puppet Man's already gone. They have the second line coming in, but Eternal Envy's just ripping Liquid apart. They get the blink back from the OT. He looks like he will escape, but Mind Control's not going to be as lucky. They still have a glimpse up in 2 more seconds, but that may not even be required. As we, as well as Misery, jump themselves forward to make sure Mind Control has no hopes of escaping. Liquid successfully blow up the Doom, but they just seem desperate in forcing fights at this point.
Yeah, right now, this game boils down to the fact that they can't do anything about this Clinks or this Invoker. Like, I don't even know how they're supposed to engage these fights anymore. They got the top 3 network heroes in the game. They continue to push things late game. They don't have anything that goes through the BKB either, so they're relying heavily on the Tiny to get the jump, but they have no follow-up. The Tidehunter doesn't have a Blink Dagger. They're way too immobile to deal with this. And they try to drop so much on Puppy just so he doesn't get the Doom off, but he's been able to in every single one of these fights.
He's just gotten too much in the early game and has presented himself as too tanky of a hero. The casual buckler build seems to be really working out for him. The Sprout does reveal a TPing out Fada. But nothing's going to come of it. Team Secret just take control of the enemy jungle. They now have top 3 network. As Misery climbs over Fada's OD for the first time this game.
Yeah, Secret are just turning this into a grind right now for Liquid to play. Liquid are stuck with not a lot of options just because they can't protect any of their heroes. You've got a Ghost Scepter now completed on Kuro, but he's had to skip boots just to afford it. This is a pretty big commitment now. The Tidehunter's going to pick up a gem. And you've got a BKB on Fada. This, even if it's not ideal, this might just be your signal to go for it.
I think this is smart. The gem pickup may allow Liquid to actually get multiple surprise engagements, which is going to be required, as I don't see them beating Team Secret in a fight any other way.
Yeah, they desperately need something to be able to save Jarex too, but they're going to go for the smoke right now. Probably one of the last opportunities that they're going to get before the net worth difference just turns into a little bit too much, as we're already at the 12K mark. It would just take like 2 consecutive fights and Liquid can maybe turn this around. It's just this BKB pickup from Envy is so brutal, and we haven't even seen it Weehaw really enter the fights yet.
And again, these smokes, well, they're a bit lucky that Misery blinks up the cliff straight into them. They're just about to finish that sentence and say that Liquid smokes have been particularly ineffective. But a pick off on Misery is okay, considering how far ahead he was in net worth as a 3 position.
They're gonna need Fada to pick up some armor too. He just needs a way to be able to survive this Clinks. The best way to do it is, I guess, just let him get his BKB off and hopefully he gets to 5 seconds without too much issue.
Ace Rune for Kuro. Eternal Envy can't pop Kuro now that the Ghost Scepter is up. So he can't try and achieve a quick pickoff. It looks like Liquid are almost gonna go for like a tier 1 backdoor here in the top lane.
They do have Blitz though.
I guess any sort of net worth is good at this point. If there is TPs in, Liquid may gladly fight it. Yeah, sure enough. Puppey cancels that one. Diffusively, no longer having to worry about that Ghost Scepter.
Yeah, this is the kill supports build from Envy coming out. He knows that Liquid, their only chance is the numbers game. And admirably, OD is kept up in net worth, as is the Tiny, despite them not getting a lot. But again, it's just these two heroes at the bottom that don't represent a lot for Liquid right now. Puppey himself even eclipses both of them.
Liquid are going to keep going, trying to claim more net worth from the map as they go for a tier 2. Secret smoke in the mid lane is not going to be successful, it seems. Jarex has got to be careful with his positioning, but Weeha's a bit too scared, as he knows at any moment there could be a relocate in. Misery actually shows himself, trying to catch something. But Liquid back out at just the right time. Or do they? Doom is actually wrapping around. And this is not a target Team Liquid should try and pop. We've seen that go wrong for them time and time again.
1700 HP, a significant amount of armor with the buckler too. This is not really a support. This is kind of like an underfarmed core.
Yeah, he's almost sitting neck and neck with a tight end when it comes to farm.
I think they just wait for the Aegis, Team Liquid, and maybe they have some opportunities after that, but this is just masterful by Secret right now. They're just giving Liquid no opportunities to use the Ravage whatsoever. Mind Control has to be the most frustrated player in this game by far. He desperately wants to be able to pop that Ravage at least once to be able to get something out of it, but Secret have just run things around so hard. They've got a lot of farm on everybody right now. The lowest HP hero has 1100 for them to contend with, so nobody that the Tiny can just blow up instantly.
Once again, a double damage on Eternal Envy. Right as Liquid are going into the jungle. Eternal Envy's going to be scouted out. They're going to try and blow him up. The quick round. Maybe they could be able to do something. He's so tanky. And now the static storm. It disrupts everything that Liquid are hoping to achieve. They still managed to kill the Clinks, but it isn't going to be worth it. The fight looks nasty. His Kuro's already going to be blown up. They managed to get the Ghost Scepter up for a time being. Mind Control is going to go on to Misery. It looks like they should be able to get that kill as an Anchor Smash finish off, but they're sandwiched in. Wait on the right side. Popping up highlight on the left side. Making sure they go nowhere in this one. But Tumbleman can't even finish off Puppey.
Puppey doesn't even die for this one. And it looked like a really good fight for half a second, but you saw how quickly Clinks killed Vada. Their inability to be able to burst them down made it so that the OD dies almost instantly.
That beautiful static storm from Pylai Die positioned almost perfectly. The kinetic field just shy being able to catch both the Tiny and the Wisp, and nice jumping from Wii.
Wii is just putting a stamp on this game right now. A lot of focus is on the Clinks right now, but it's this Invoker that's gone untouched throughout the entire game. Not a single death to his name.
This wouldn't be the first time that we shined on the Invoker. As he's had a couple of good tournament runs with it so far.
Every metric going the way of Secret right now as Puppey picks up a BKB, understanding that it's so hard to kill him right now. Why not make it even harder? Liquid, they don't have anything that can really contend with BKBs. Even with that ideal start of being able to get the Ravage off on the Clinks, they still weren't able to bring him down in time.
Do you still continue? We've seen plenty of Mjolnirs picked up by Nature's Prophet, but that's oftentimes when you have a big tanky melee core. Is Doom enough to actually go that route?
I think it's fine right now.
Okay.
He could go for more disable if he wants.
Oh boy, that is just bad timing. They throw down a ward right after the counter ward was laid down. Obviously, Secret won't be able to see it just yet until they move across to the jungle. But when they do see it, they'll know somebody here from Team Liquid was here not so long ago. The Tornado is actually going to be able to catch the Tidehunter. They're going to be able to lock down Mind Control nice and fast. A quick Roshan Bash actually stalls things up, but Mind Control is unlikely to be able to escape it. The Purge slows him down long enough. They also have the Glimpse back to make sure there is no hope for Team Liquid. And it seems like contesting Roshan is an impossibility for them.
Yeah, this is something that they're just gonna have to give up on. Although, with the Dire side, this might have been something that they were really hoping to be able to pick up.
So an Aegis or Weehaw, it looks like this time around. It's a bad sign that 33 minutes into the game, the top two cores of Team Secret, neither one of them want to drop their items. They're both kind of six-slotted.
Yeah, and right now, Fada at top, he's going to get gone on too. His Puppy, he's going to sandwich him.
Blink back, TP away, Puppy needs to be able to get the Doom off, and he will be able to. Fada stop, and Eternal Envy makes sure he stays down.
Oh, Kuro came in to try to help.
Unfortunately, not the play, as it just adds one more death. Team Secret's Rampage is they're going to go through the top lane.
Yeah, the Tiny already trying to cut the wave off, but he's going to have to come back almost immediately and fight up against this. And without their Wisp or their OD available, they're going to be really hard pressed for this one.
Lane of Brax most definitely going to be going down. Eternal Envy pops his BKB defensively here. The Yule Scepter, the combination is going to come out from Weehaw, throws down the ice wall. Join them Matumba Man, who's now stuck against the kinetic field as well. Isn't going to be able to make the initiation required to make use of those buybacks. They still manage to get a jump in from Jarek, controlling up highlight guy. They're going to be able to pop him. And that is going to be the gem, so that was worth a bit more, but they need to be able to catch something else. Unfortunately, Puppy already has a BKB, so he just does that. He uses the TP scroll to get back to base.
And Eternal Envy walking in here, seeing if there are any stragglers that he can just pick off. They committed the double buyback to it, and they managed to pick up the Disruptor.
It might not be a hero, but a straggler courier will be nice to have, as that's the AC down.
They needed that too. The armor helps out so much against the Clinks, but Eternal Envy is just being merciless, and he might get gone on here, but he's already gone. Both cores from Liquid are gonna whiff.
The sad situation is they didn't have their gem with them in mind control. So he picked that up earlier. They desperately need this site device for Vada so they can get a better initiation, and he's also just lacking in damage right now, as this glass cannon is actually not much of a cannon at all. Team Secret are oftentimes just laughing off the damage and walking away.
Yeah, when your 4th position Doom has a BKB and can just run at you, not much you can do.
Is that going to be his target every time, the OD?
I don't even think it matters right now. Yeah. They've got such an advantage when it comes to just being able to take the team fights and get the numbers going.
Vada is going to stick around too long. Oh, he actually gets the blink backwards, but the Glens tries to send it back. They do have the BKB, and Liquid will march back as a 3-man crew. Jarek, he's actually going to be targeted, has to go, Scepter turns around, hits the Hex on the Puppy. Now the turnaround, the Ravage, but can he actually take this fight? They're going to go for the form on Puppy first. They do get it with the OD ultimate, and Static Storm, not enough to control on Plata. They're protecting Eternal Envy as Weehaw comes forward with Deafening Blast to help finish off Jarek. He wants to be able to chase down the rest of these heroes as well. Unfortunately, Mind Control just fighting up against Eternal Envy is quite low, but Matumba Man, one swing isn't quite enough to toss forward. He gets him in the end. That's a big kill from Matumba Man. He still has that Aegis. Team Secret will not turn and fight him.
Even with the Aegis, the Invoker does not want to commit to that, and everybody from Secret just evacuates that once they lose Envy, and Envy's BKB charges are starting to get a little bit low. Jarek set that up so well for the Tidehunter too. They were able to shrug off Envy this time, but Weehaw's a different story. He still gets free reign in these fights.
I like that play. Weehaw definitely exerted a lot of control, not going for that kill on Matumba Man, even though he had the Aegis, but I think this is fine. I mean, they didn't lose too much there. Eternal Envy and Puppy going down were significant pickoffs, but Team Secret will still maintain map control and always be able to farm more efficiently than Liquid.
Yeah, especially with that top Rack being taken out. Secret now started to gain so much in the way of net worth. 20K up for them.
You know it's bad when Puppy gets rid of his casual buckler.
Yeah, he is really attached to that item. I think he just thinks it's cheap armor for his team.
Yeah.
He's like, why not? Doom's biggest issue is the fact that he doesn't have armor. It's better than going for the Vlads immediately. It's a really low commitment. Just to be also able to get the active, the 2 armor for your entire team.
All right, Matumba Man, let's not lose this courier, shall we? That AC has been needed for a long time now.
Train's coming forward, and now he's got it completed. Still has the bracer on the chicken from earlier, from when Fada picked up the Aegis. And he's really trying to make his way to a Hex right now. They just need more control factors, especially when we and Envy start to lose these BKB timers. Envy's already ran through all of his. But you need something after the Tide Ravage. Most likely the Lion's going to be dead.
So you can see the BKB on our Nature's Prophet is actually going to be going for an Aghanim Scepter next up, and almost has it too.
He's almost got the Octarine too if he wants it.
Yeah, Weehaw can afford it, but... Do you think it's at a point where you need to hold on to buyback at all? He has Boots of Travel, so if Secret are positioned aggressively, they can still make use of it.
In 400 gold, he's about to get it anyways. I think he can afford to be patient.
Okay.
They've got map control. They're not going to fight in the next 4 minutes anyways. Because they know that Liquid are hemmed inside their base. And even if Liquid win another fight, it has to be around that long CD Ravage.
Somebody's got to let Fada get some farm. He needs 900 gold, and he can have a completed Scythe of Ice. That's a huge upgrade in damage and control for Team Liquid. But as it is, they seem to be prioritizing Matumba Man's farm.
It's just easier to deal with pushes. They're going to send him up here. It's not a whole lot of gold that Fada's losing. The Octarine core, though, now completed by Weehaw. He's got the buyback, too. And Eternal Envy, 4,800 gold built up on him. He's trying to decide what he wants to go.
Team Secret do really seem to like this ward at the top part of the map. Team Liquid haven't been able to use it to sit in there and set up some sort of trap. Secret feel very confident about being able to push out the top lane multiple times because of that ward. Mid lane, Eternal Envy. He's actually going to start with a Diffuser Blade on him. Matumba Man, they're going to go for the relocate out, which will be successful, but something has been used. Still though, Mind Control being controlled up right now by Puppey with a Doom. They're also going to be joined by Misery, who can click down Derek, and Mind Control stuck inside the trees will also fall. They're going to be able to get Crow next up. Fuel Scepter, Meteor, Tempting Blast with the Static Storm over the top. Feels like overkill, but they've taken 3 of Liquid, so why the hell not?
And something so beautiful about Secret's lineup is that with both the Static Storm and the Doom, they have ways to permanently stop the Tide. Like even the Kraken Shells can't really do much against either of those abilities.
Matumba Man still got his BKB. He's hoping to be able to actually get on top of Eternal Envy as best he can. The bleed damage doing okay.
So much damage to him.
He's actually taking too much. The OD actually drops the ultimate in the bottom lane. Going for Puppey will be able to get that one kill. Matumba Man is being controlled up though. They have the Fuel Scepter into the Sunstrike. He gets off the double stun. OD needs to outbound him. There's going to be imprisonment save. One kill. Eternal Envy. 40 HP. They're jumping blast. It takes out the OD and Eternal Envy stays alive.
He played that so well. Eternal Envy might go down, but he gets the Ghost Walk off.
Oh no! They have to go for Weehaw instead, but they can't even get that much. Everyone from Secret surviving on just a sliver of HP.
And these 2 cores have delivered here at this major. They built up so much gold for themselves now too. Liquid, they've got 1 Rax left to contest with. No glyph available. The Treant army is being sent in. Secret can just reset and go for the next Roshan too.
They may not be able to keep that range Rax alive. There's constant Treants and Force Spirits are trying to challenge it.
If Liquid leave their base at any point as well, that's just going to mean mega creeps.
So what is the way forward here? Dire circumstances for Team Liquid. Do you sit in your base, do you hold, and just wait for Team Secret to come to you?
I almost feel like you're not able to sit inside your base just because Envy, Weehaw, and the Nature's Prophet could all just BKB and walk in there and take the Rax really quickly. Like, the Glyph is down for another 3 minutes. If Secret decide to go for that play, there's almost nothing that Liquid can do to contest.
Yolnir now finished up for the Furion. Puppey's cutting across here, going for Matumba Man. They have Kuro sitting on the side, ready to go with the relocate, but Puppey's actually going to try and stop that one. He managed to get the Doom onto Mind Control, while Kuro can't actually go for a relocate anywhere with BKB used on Matumba Man. That's how Weehaw's going to be able to strike. Mind Control's dead, as the Doom should be able to finish him off. Puppey goes way forward, and will be the turnaround kill. Still, though, they got a 2 for 1.
Misery's heading down bottom 2. And it looks like Envy is also trying to join him. They just BKB.
The range Rax available. Eternal Heavy's being controlled up. They need to be able to pop their BKBs to be able to drop Eternal Heavy. Looks like Jackie should go down, but one Tumble Man might be the turnaround kills that Meteor is causing him so much havoc. Team Secret are not being controlled up as Weeha's BKB lasts long enough for him to be able to get away. Fada jumps forward, going for Pylon Die next. Will be able to just right-click him down while Weeha dances and dances as Misery is taking the melee rack. This has to be Fada controlling up these two heroes, but he just can't do it. He doesn't have the HP points, and Team Liquid do not have the buybacks to be able to support this one. Fada, the only one ready to go with the Wisp and the Night Hunter. He actually catches Misery here, but Weeha with the defensive fuel scepter into the Ice Wall once again. Fada managed to get the imprison in. Jarek is coming forward, but he's already dropped so low from just extra damage. And Deafening Blast finishes him off. Weeha says, what's up? Controls one. Gets the other one. Manages to be back to the Sunstrike. Weeha's just styling on them. The imprisonment came from Fada, but a tornado hits it a bunch of time into the EMP. Weeha is feeling himself as he's going to single-handedly win this game number 3 for Team Secret. Unbelievable performance by Weeha as he is showing off on the main stage here in this grand final. 14-0 and 11 is the end score for him, but I'm even more impressed by how much Envy was able to accomplish in the way of map control. The amount of farm that he was able to get in the early game just made it so hard for Liquid to ever leave their base. A game like this, as well as game 1, just makes Team Secret look like a juggernaut that is unstoppable. But Team Liquid, they have to take game number 4 and game number 5 if they hope to be able to come out on top in this series. A hard ask, but that's something for our analysts to break down whether or not it's possible.